Aloha everybody. So I am doing this video because I want to express my excitement. I had a couple of you guys comment on some of my other videos, and you said, well, one of you said, check out Dr. Morse's video question and answer number 362 because he mentioned your book in it. And so I immediately flew over to that video and looked at it, and I had sent him my book, my down-to-earth raw vegan recipe book, for his birthday, and I had mentioned that I would love to sell it at his clinic. And so he was showing like things he got for his birthday, and he mentioned it and said that he would love to sell it at his clinic, and that there's already a large demand for it. And I just got the biggest kick out of that. It's so exciting, and I just love Dr. Morse so much. And he even said, you know, that he wants to sell everybody's book because this is the kind of thinking and wavelength that we need. And so I just wanted to say that I'm so excited, and thank you guys for, I had quite a few of you, or a couple at least, to tell me that you saw that he had mentioned my book in a video, and I thought that was cool. A, because you were sweet enough to take the time to comment to me, and also because you're watching Dr. Morse's videos, which just is everything, because he is really the King Mac Daddy of healing and detoxification and spirituality too. So I wanted to say that I'm super excited about that, and you can check out my book on my website. The link is down below to get that on Amazon or Kindle. So enough about that. But the next thing I want to talk about is I had a request from, I believe her name is Rainbow Raw Shine, and she wanted me to do a video on raw veganism and pregnancy, which obviously I've never been pregnant, so I feel like that I really shouldn't be making a video on something that I know nothing about, because, well, I know a little bit about, you know, a proper pregnancy, I think, but I've never been through it. And if you've never been through something like that is such an ordeal, then I don't know if you can really correctly make comments on it, you know what I mean? But I'm just gonna kind of put this in a short, simple nutshell. My opinion is that if you are giving life to a baby, which is just such a miraculous thing, you know, I think that if you are blessed enough, you should start at least 5 years before you have the child detoxifying, because obviously we have lived a life of debauchery to our bodies. We have clogged them down, bogged them down, and just made messes out of ourselves. That's why we have so many genetic weaknesses, so many issues, especially in children. I mean, we have 3-year-olds with cancer. And so if you can start, and it's not just the mother, I think it's very important for the father too. Now, I know that it's harder, I think, to get men on this detoxification train. Not always, but I don't know what it is. They just really hold strong to the things they like to eat and all that. But if you are blessed enough to have a man that will, you know, agree to detoxifying themselves at a deep level, then you need to keep it, okay? Because that's really awesome. But okay, so the point is the mom and the dad need to detoxify at least 5 years before. And if you can't do 5 years, okay. Can you do 1 year? Can you do 2 years? That's such a small amount of time. I know some people might think that's a lot, but really, detoxification, if you're not going to do like a 30-day water fast or something like that, then detoxification can be very slow. And sometimes it's slow to peel off the layer of the onion, you know? But I would suggest detoxifying, okay? And while you're pregnant, obviously I would recommend a 100% raw vegan diet. Now, hopefully, you're not going to just jump into a raw vegan diet when you're pregnant. I really wouldn't recommend that. If you are pregnant and you're eating the standard American diet, eating Fritos and hamburgers and what God knows what else, then I wouldn't suggest jumping into a high fruit diet, because it is extremely detoxifying and you don't want anything negative to happen to the little baby. So that's why hopefully if you can get on this before you're pregnant, then you'll be good. So if you have detoxified before pregnancy, 100% raw vegan diet is where it's at. I would obviously check your iodine levels before you're pregnant, because iodine is such an important thing in terms of the baby's IQ, and you can significantly increase your baby's IQ if you just have a sufficient amount of iodine in the body. I would suggest really eating Brazil nuts for the selenium, getting enough fat, and getting enough calories. This goes for children as well. If you are raising raw vegan children, they're going to have a little bit of a different raw vegan diet than you because they're going to need enough calories no matter what. You can't calorie restrict a child. They have to have enough calories. They also have to have enough fat. So if you're on a low-fat raw vegan diet, which is best, I think, for adults, it's not going to be that way for children. They're going to need enough fat. And it's very easy to do this, you know, just mash up an avocado and put some chia seeds in there to balance the omega-3s. I mean, there's many ways that you can do it. And along with just eating a lot of fruit. But if you're going to eat fruit, get high quality fruit. And I know that the question comes to my mind, is there such thing as high quality fruit in this day and age? I've heard people lately saying that fruitarianism is not the diet for mankind, and I would agree. Not because we're not really frugivorous in nature, but because the fruit quality is not where it's at. We've got so many hybrid fruits that I would agree fruitarianism is not really best. That's why I love the greens, and I will always love the greens because they really balance you out. And especially in this stressful go society, sometimes we just need a salad to eat and to ground us back to the earth, you know what I mean? But anyway, yeah, so those are really the thoughts that come to my mind. Obviously, keeping your B12 in check. If you're pregnant, I would really recommend to somehow plan it to where you get the summertime no matter what to get vitamin D. I think that vitamin D is so important. Oh my gosh. And yeah, so there's many things. I would really suggest the book by Karen Ramsey, Raising Healthy Children. I think it's called Raising Healthy Children Through Attachment Parenting and Raw Veganism or something like that. She's awesome. And yeah, just do a ton of research before you get pregnant, you guys, because we want to have the best, healthiest, strongest, most intellectual children we can. And I think that we can really do that through a plant-based diet, raw veganism, and detoxifying. Now also, if you have a child or a small baby who's having any type of health issue, I would really obviously recommend detoxification for them because it can be pretty easy to detoxify a child because they haven't had the massive amount of waste build up in their body. And yeah, even though their especially the endocrine system of a child these days is going to be weaker than that of an adult, just because the genetic weaknesses have been passed down, you can still detoxify them fairly quickly with herbs and with a lot of fruit and stuff like that. I would also, and I know that not everyone would agree with this, but I would suggest probiotics and digestive enzymes when you're pregnant and also for a child, because there's nothing wrong, in my opinion, with adding that extra benefit to the body, you know? So that is my take on this. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to check out my book and check out that video by Dr. Morse. I believe it's question and answer 362. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye.